Okay. Number no. This battery carrying me. Don't join you now. Look what I joined you now. over there. Wait, okay. Look at our countdown now. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Look again. Hello, everybody. My name is Israel Michael, and you're welcome to the day 5 of our 5 days online bootcamp training from LogTech. And here today, we are on the last day for this training, and we have been on cybersecurity and ethical hacking. And so today would be the last day for this class, and we'll be looking at wireless attacks part 2. So yesterday we began with understanding what a network is. We understood what a MAC address is. We understood what a wireless adapter is. We understood also how to set our adapter to be on the monitor mode. So today we are also going to have a little recap on yesterday, and then we are going to actually crack a Wi-Fi password. So I would like you all to stay tuned as we get started. So first of all, we need to go over to our Kali Linux at the moment. So right now I'm going over to my Linux machine and I'm logging in. Okay, so ensure that your Kali is on, and while that is going on, also ensure that you have your network adapter with you. Okay, so I'm going to connect mine to connect my Wi-Fi adapter card to my Kali machine. Okay, so of course once you have your antenna plugged into the USB chip plug, so I'm going to simply plug into my USB port on my PC at the moment. So I'm connecting, I'm connected, and one more thing, go to my PC, go to the settings, go to devices on the Kali Linux machine. Okay, click on devices over here, devices. You go to USB, you check the Atheros button over there, and wait a little while and check out for any activity on this USB icon. As you can see, our USB icon is now blinking some colors there. So that means we have this external adapter plugged in to our Kali Linux. So right now, I'm simply going to start up my terminal emulator for my Kali Linux machine. So at the moment, um, I'm in here and I'll simply say ifconfig to check for, my network adapter. So right now I can see that my WLAN 0 is here. WLAN 0 is the network card I just plugged in. So another thing is to check the mode of this my external adapter. So I'm going to check the mode by saying IW config, enter, and you can see that the mode is on the manage mode. Okay, the manage mode cannot help us to do what we want to do. We have to escalate this mode from the manage mode to the monitor mode. So right now, how do we turn our mode from manage to monitor? First of all, we have to kill any potential process that might interrupt our activity. So what do we do? This command sudo mon-ng sudo mon-ng, and I will say check kill. So this tool called mon-ng is going to check for any process that may be interrupting our monitor mode for this our adapter and kill it. So at the moment, I'll put in my password and it's going to take effect. So at the moment, yeah, you can see that it has killed a particular process. So I would say now to change the mode from manage to monitor, I'll simply say sudo mon-ng, and I will say start WLAN 0, and I will hit enter. Okay, so sudo mon, yeah. And so once you run this command, automatically the mode will change. So how do we go? Let's confirm it. IW config. At the moment, IW config, and you can see over here that the mode is on monitor at the moment. So we are going to go into the next phase of this attack, whereby we have to scan the radius right at the moment. So I would just simply say sudo arrow dump. Okay, so sudo arrow dump -ng, and I would say WLAN 0 mon. Okay, my interface name is now WLAN 0 mon, so I will call WLAN 0 mon and I'll hit enter. And right now it is scanning all the available networks within my region. And at the moment, I'm just trying to see if I can get a Wi-Fi. So right now I'm going to scan to check out a device. I'm going to scan out for a device. Let's say I don't want to just hack any device. I'm going to hack an actual Android Wi-Fi. So I can't see that Android Wi-Fi here yet. So I'm going to Control C this and run that command again to ensure that I capture that Android Wi-Fi. So I'll simply run the command again. And yeah, okay, I can see the Android Wi-Fi over here, Galaxy C. Okay, so now, like I said, this training is for educational purposes only. So please don't attack a Wi-Fi that you don't have control or permission over. Okay, don't go around there attacking anybody's Wi-Fi. So right now, I'm attacking an actual device that belongs to me. All right, so I'm going to say, all right, I want to focus on Galaxy C. So over here, BSSID talks about the MAC address of the router or the AP or the device that has the Wi-Fi. And this CH talks about the channel number. So these are the main things that we are going to be focusing on today, okay, when it comes to the hacking. So I'll simply Control C this, and now I'm going to focus on this Galaxy C. I'm going to monitor Galaxy C and see who and who is connected to Galaxy C. Okay, so Galaxy C will definitely have some devices plugged into it. So I'm going to scan it, and at the end of the day, I need to get the earpole scan or the earpole handshake that contains the password, and then we are going to crack it. By the way, if you seem a little bit lost, so please refer back to the video yesterday and you'll be fine. So right now, I'll simply say, okay, sudo arrow dump -ng, and I will say WLAN 0 mon, sorry, -w now, okay, and I'll call the name of the file I want to save my scan into. All right, so I will say -w, and let's say that we'll name this scan file. We can name it as great. All right, just a random name. Then now I'll say dash or double dash BSSID, and I have to call up the MAC address of this device called Galaxy C. Okay, so this is its MAC address. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it over here. So this is the MAC address of my target router. Then space, now I will say -C, and I have to call up the channel number on which Galaxy C is currently functioning, being number 2. So it's on channel 2. Yeah, and then I'll call up, the interface I'm using for my attack, Wolan 0 Mon, and I'll hit enter. And at the moment, we can see that this device has an end device connected to it. Okay, so we need to capture the ear pole. That means the password handshake. Okay, so that we can try to decrypt it and crack the password. So at the moment, I'll simply say, okay, I'm going to split my screen into 2. So I will divide the screen, let's say vertically. So on this end over here, we have the scan going on, right? And over here now, I'm going to carry out an attack called de-authentication attack. Now, this attack de-authenticates maybe a target or everybody in that given network, so that when they reconnect, I'm going to capture the password, okay, in that reconnection. So this is a command to log out everybody out of the router, and automatically they want to try to reconnect again. That process of reconnecting, I'll be capturing the password. So I'll say sudo air replay, and I can say -ng /deauth space 0 -a, and I'll call the MAC address of the router and also WLAN 0 mon, hit enter, and the scan is going on. So right now is the authenticating, and oops, over here we already have a handshake already, WPA handshake. Okay, so this is the handshake that we are looking for over here. I'm going to Ctrl C this, close this terminal over here, collapse it. Now we have this. So I can simply right click, to Ctrl C this scan. So you can see that we have our handshake over here, the WPA handshake. This is the handshake that contains the password. Now we are simply going to use our Wireshark application to open up this file. Okay, because remember that we were saving this entire scan into a file called Great. So I'm going to use Wireshark to open up that packet file, and we are going to analyze everything inside that file. So I'll say Wireshark space Great. All right, and -01 and cap. Okay, so right now Wireshark is coming up, and here is Wireshark. Lovely. Okay, just a moment. I'm trying to see if I can expand this a little bit. So I'm going to zoom in a little. Okay, so here now we have the output of the packet that traveled in this network. So over here on this apply a display fit, I'll simply put in EAPOL, hit enter, and we can see the handshake that happened. So we have 1 of 4 handshake, 2 of 4 handshake, 3 of 4, 4 of 4, so on and so forth. Okay, so right now we need to get to analyze this packet. So I'll simply click on 3 of 4, where we mostly have, or where we have, or most likely have the password encrypted in there. So I will click on it. This message 3 of 4 or 4 of 4. Okay, but mostly based on the communication, the first message is the endpoint making requests to the router. The second message is the router responding to the request requiring the password. The third is where the end device puts in the password, and the last is the router acknowledging the password. So I can pick any of the 3 or 4, and let's use me 4. And I can come over here to this 802.1x authentication and click on the drop down button there, and we can see some information. And if you scroll down under WPA key data length, you can see the data over here is encrypted. Okay, W key MIC data is encrypted. So right now we have to crack the Wi-Fi. So let's see how to crack the Wi-Fi at the moment, because you can see the password is encrypted. Okay, so I have to crack this. So I'll simply say, okay, I'll close this guy, and I am going to use a tool called AirCrack. But now, first of all, we need to use a word list to crack this password. Now, before I go on, I want to introduce you to a tool that can create a customized word list for you. By the way, what's a word list? I explained it that a word list is simply a file that contains possible passwords that we can use, okay, to carry out a network password attack. Okay, so at this moment, I will teach you how to use a tool called Crunch to create numerical passwords, okay, that you can use to, carry out your attack. Okay, so I'll simply say Crunch. Crunch is a command, it's a tool in your Kali. So once you type in the command Crunch space, now Crunch has argument, or let's say syntax. So the first thing is the command called Crunch. The second idea now would be minimum length and maximum length. Now, minimum length and maximum length, what does it mean? It means that the password that you want to create, or the word list that should contain possible passwords, what should be the minimum length and what should be the maximum length of your password. So I can say, okay, I want every password that should be made by Crunch to be minimum of 4 space, maximum of, let's say, 8, for example. Then space, the next thing now would be it's called character set, or you can say char set. Now, char set refers to, okay, what should Crunch manipulate, what range of data or characters should Crunch manipulate to create Wi-Fi password. Now, I'm just doing this to show you that if your password is only numerical, it is very, very easy to crack it. For example, I can say, okay, Crunch, I want you to mix up 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like this. I want you to mix it up for me and give me possible passwords within the range of minimum of 4, max of 8. So I'll simply space and then -o, meaning outputs. Crunch should save the entire possible passwords into a file. So -o means output. Then I can call up the name of the file that I want my customized word list to be. So I can say, for example, let's say Wi-Fi crack.txt, for instance. Then I can hit enter. And right now, it will begin the generation. So at the moment, it is generating this entire stuff into Wi-Fi crack.txt, as you can see. So right now we are at 37% complete. It's generating. So just a little patience, and then we are going to go on a short break to allow Crunch to finish up. I'll be right back. Welcome back. So we were looking at how to use Crunch to create a customized Wi-Fi. A customized word list that can be used to crack a Wi-Fi. So let's go back over to our Kali Linux machine. So here now in my Kali machine, you can see that Crunch has successfully created our word list. Okay, so I'll simply maybe use a tool called Nano, which I've introduced to you guys already. So I can say Nano space wireshark.txt. Sorry, Wi-Fi crack. That was the name of the file. Wi-Fi crack.txt. Okay, and I will hit enter, and so it's reading the files. And just a moment, there's a lot of information in that in that file, anyways. So just a moment, let Nano compute everything. Anyway, this is taking time, so I think I have to just put it on the command line. So I'll Control X to come out of here. Uh, just a moment. Okay, so once again, let's try. Let's use the command called cat. It should just print the entire, stuff on our screen, because Nano is trying to compute the entire content and it's taking too much time. We don't have much time right now. So I can say cat space, Wi-Fi crack, and you can see these are available, like millions of possible passwords, possible numerical passwords, all right, that can be used to actually crack or to load against cracking a Wi-Fi password. That this is a whole lot of information, like a whole lot of information. So I'm going to control C this. You can see many, like it's mixing from zero to nine. Imagine that kind of chart set, mixing it, permutating it till you find the match of the actual password. That means if it's a numerical password within the range of 4 to 8, believe me, it will be cracked definitely. There is no two way about it. Okay, so all I have to do is to control C, and then um, I'm going to clear my screen. So clear my screen. Now we are going to actually carry out the crack. But right now, in this case, there is a word list that exists in your Kali that we are going to use. And so, for example, today I'll be using that word list in my Kali. It's a default like pre-built list that comes along with Kali. So I'll be using it to attack the Wi-Fi of the Galaxy C device that we were attacking. Okay, so the command is sudo air crack sudo air crack -ng. Then now I have to call the the name of the file, that's capture file that we use Wireshark to analyze. I'm going to call because that file is what contains the encrypted password. So I would simply say great, okay, .cap. The next thing I will say -w, which means word list this time. So -w in this case under aircraft means word list. Then space, I have to call the path to where rocky.txt exists. I'll simply say /usr. That's the path. /share /word list word list and I can say rock.txt. So once I hit enter, it's going to begin the cracking until it fetches out for us the password. So I'm going to hit enter at the moment and put in my password and hit enter. And so right now it's scanning, and amazing, it has already found the key. That was pretty easy. Key found, and the password was Spider-Man. As simple as that. So you see that Wi-Fi cracking is not a difficult thing. If you have the right word list for the attack, you're good to go. So right now, you can see that we've been able to hack a Wi-Fi password with a word list. Now, by the way, this now how can we avoid have being victims of stuff like this. Very, very simple. We can avoid being victims of stuff like this, okay, if we learn how to use um, alphanumerical password or passwords that have special characters. For example, imagine a password that carries an Igbo name, a Yoruba name, and some numbers and some dots and some, you know, imagine that kind of complex mixture of name, number, special characters, and the rest of them. In fact, imagine, just imagine if your password has space, like space inside. No attacker or most attackers would not be able to guess to have a word list that can contain that kind of possible password that they can use to crack your Wi-Fi. So do your best to ensure that your Wi-Fi password is at least is a mixture of numbers, characters. Yes, numbers, special characters, and alphabet, and even the alphabet. You should ensure that they are case mixed. Okay, that means you can have uppercase and lowercase as the case may be. So ensure that your passwords are well arranged and well managed, and you would have your Wi-Fi network safe out there. So at this moment, we'll be drawing the curtain today till I come your way again next time. This is from Logtech. And by the way, you can do well to follow us on our YouTube channel, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on X, on every social platform. We are there live and direct so that you can always get updates like this when next it comes. And also, if you want to maybe go for the full cybersecurity course, is much more rich. Believe me, cybersecurity and ethical hacking is far more deeper than this. And at Logtech, we have the able instructors, the able the rich materials to put you through. Okay, so you can be trained professionally to become a professional cybersecurity expert or a professional ethical hacker in today's world. So if you want that, you can just simply drop us a message on any of our platforms or visit us on www.logtechng.com. And till I come your way again, my name is Israel Michael, and this is powered by Logtech. See you next time. Have a good evening.